there, it's Debbie with the Pickin Coop Farmstead. I'm out in my garden in my PJs. Big surprise. It's about 7:30. It's a little warmer today. It's about 55 now instead of 51. It was kind of crazy. It's supposed to get warmer here. So before I forget, I did look up the information on my horseradish, which is right over here. There we go. Where is it? It's this first bucket right there. And it does say that you need to have a first hard frost. So I'm looking about after the middle of October here. And what happens is once that happens, one gal said to trim your leaves. She's the only one. I try to research at least 3 different information sources that tells me all the same thing. That way I have a tendency to believe that that is actually true. So now what you're going to do though is you're supposed to wait till the first hard frost. Then when that happens, the leaves start dying back, turning yellow, and then you want to dig your roots up while your soil is thawed or not hard frozen yet. Our soil does get a little frozen here, but that happens way later in the winter. So that's what I'm going to do. And you leave some of the root so it can come back next year. And it's just one of those things that just keeps recycling itself as long as you don't dig it all up. So that's what we do with horseradish. So we have a while to go before we can actually do a video on horseradish. But that's okay though. I'm excited about it. Now I know what to do. I did watch another good video from the Gathering Basket. These 2 ladies are amazing. They live in Maine. And Danielle is one of the gals' names. And she's in charge of planting, doing the seedlings. And so she just planted where she is her broccoli. And so there's a really good video about that. And I learned a lot of stuff that I don't know if I knew and I forgot or whatever. But you plant that down twice the depth of the pot that it's in. And then you want to plant up to the true leaves. You just cover the little seed leaves. Those are the first little set of leaves that they get. And I'm like, gosh, did I know that? I didn't. I don't know. So I'm gonna do that this year. It's almost time to pot up some of my things. And so when I pot them up, I'm going to do the same thing. The other school of thought on that is to pinch off the little seed leaves. That's like the little heart-shaped leaves, the first ones you see when they start sprouting leaves. And I think I like Danielle's idea better of leaving them on there because that just goes into your soil and creates better soil. So anywho, today I want to dig up my other potatoes and I had a nice surprise. Hold on. I did not order more seed potatoes. However, I do have some store-bought potatoes. Most people don't look at this as a gift horse, but look at this. I'm going to leave these whole. I used to cut them up and let them dry. I forget what it's called when you do that. You let the edges dry or cure or what have you, and then you plant them and you'd be able to get several plants out of them. But I've been watching videos where if you leave your potato big and whole, you'll get bigger potatoes. Keeping in mind, however, I am planting in these buckets, so we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and plant some of these in the one that we already harvested, excuse me, and I'm going to try to dig out some compost from my compost pile, which is very neglected, but I'm going to put those down in the soil and then put the potatoes on top and then add more dirt to that and see how that works out. Okay, so here we are. We have our bed that we dug up. And let me see how many. Just checking for more potatoes in case we missed any the other day. I don't see any. So I don't know how many potatoes I have that are sprouted. So we're going to put one. Come on, little fellas. That is not one. 2. 3. There's 4. I've got 4 for each bucket. And I got a little bit of my compost. So I'm going to go ahead, dig a hole. Put some of my compost in there. Kind of dig it around. Nestle my little tater in there. I'm not going to bury them until I get them all planted. That way I can see where I planted them. Okay, dig it around. This little guy down in there. There's a lot of vegetative matter in here that's dried up, but I leave that in there because it all goes back into the soil. And then I have one more. There we go. All right, so I'm going to bury these guys back up. There we go, and I'm just going to sprinkle the rest of this on the top. Give them a little nutrition. All right. These guys don't really have any little sprouts on them yet. So I'm going to put these back in the dark cupboard. And then we'll water these in real good. But I want to go over to the next tub and dig those potatoes up. All right, so now we're over at this other tub. I do want to pull out. These are almost totally dry. Still a little green left on them, but I think they'll be okay. Get this rock out of here. All right. Right off the bat, I see this guy. This guy. Those aren't bad. I'm trying to remember how many potatoes I put in each of these. I think I put 4. There's some little Ken and Barbie size. Now the other ones that I dug up the other day, I have put those on a cookie sheet out of the sun in my kitchen so they can cure. Don't want to put them in the sun because they will turn green, and when they turn green, those skins are kind of toxic. These are all good sized little potatoes. We got some babies, but nothing giant so far. There we go. Let's see what we got here. It's a little baby. These are all lovely sized potatoes. I'm just really pleasantly surprised. Oh my goodness. I got to show you this lovely worm. Look at the size of that guy. He's humongous. He can stay in there, but I want to put him over here just because I don't want to accidentally get him with my shovel. Here's some more. I am just tickled pink with seed potatoes. Another lovely little worm. He can go over there. Here's another one. I'm telling you, digging potatoes is like a treasure hunt. You just don't know what you're going to find. It just is exciting and fun. Now, to feed just my little family of 2, I would have to grow several buckets of these. There we go. But I just do little couple buckets I dedicate, usually to regular potatoes, and then the rest are sweet potatoes. But I told you the what do you call those things? Oh, I just buried my shovel. The spider mice got to my sweet potatoes that I had been growing, and it's upsetting because they are they take so long to get to that point to where you can plant them. There you go. Maybe everything happens for a reason. Maybe it happened because I did not buy organic sweet potatoes. God just said, you don't need to eat those. Okay, some more little babies. Oh, here's another little baby. Well, I'm thinking it's probably, oops, here's a little guy. Probably all we're going to get out of here. Which is good, this aerates the soil, turns it up, and there we are. Okay, I think that's all we're going to get out of here. Lots of worms in here, so that makes me happy. Okay, so I'm going to take off my muddy gloves. All right, sun is shining. So we got 1 tub planted and 1 tub dug up. So that's a happy situation for me. Then once those other potatoes sprout, because it shows in my area that the whole month of August I can plant my potatoes. So those will help put them back in a dark space, and then they can sprout some more. And they're just, for lack of a phrase, garden variety, store-bought russet potatoes from Idaho. So those are good for storing. So we got a nice little haul on our potatoes. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'll add those to my I have a big baking sheet. The other ones are sitting on there. I think it's going to be full so they can all cure together. Now I'm going, Johnny, you scared me. Look at this guy over here. Let me see if you can see him. Where's Johnny? Oh, there he is. He's making a weird noise, and I'm like, oh, what is that? Because be mindful, we have bears, mountain lions, bobcats. Bobcats are more scared of you than anything else, but the bears and mountain lions sometimes are not. All right, let's go along and find out what we can find out here today. Got a couple little lemon cucumbers and a silver slicer. It is kind of early for it. It's still not white, but we're okay. And then a little Oregon Spring. I'll add those to the bucket. And I just checked my wasabi mustard that I let go to seed, and the pods on that are still slightly green, so I'm going to leave them in. Another black from Tula that's kind of split, so I want to bring that in the house so no pest or disease get into this, and this can finish ripening on the counter. Another little lemon cucumber. But I got a whole bunch of Kentucky Wonder pole beans. That's really starting to put on over there. I take my tags out as things get spent. This is my one Oregon Spring. I have a bunch on a towel in the kitchen that are just about ready to actually eat, so I'm excited about that. I got a huge handful of those market pole beans. I will never not grow those. Those are amazing. And I got a whole bunch of Oregon Spring tomatoes. And on to the next. Look at this. I think I picked this a little prematurely, but this is my Oriental yard-long bean. I'm so excited. I'm going to snap this up into pieces and put it in with the rest of my beans I got. I got a little handful of strawberries this morning. Put that in my yogurt. So we got quite a nice little haul today. I did find something super, super exciting. Well, come along. I'll just show you a picture of it. All right, we're back in the far northeast corner. And of course, we have our beautiful zinnias. These are the ones I just threw in the dirt. They're growing tall. My little jalapenos, look, starting to turn colors. They're supposed to be a peach color, pumpkin color. These are the pumpkin spice. These are just loaded with jalapenos. But what I really wanted to show you, if I can find it again, you guys are so tiny, you have to really, really look. That, folks, right there is a baby Tabasco. And there's a few of them on this plant. I'm looking at the others. There's like 3 of them in here. This is the only one that was kind of blooming, so I think there's just the 2. But look at that. That is a beautiful, oh, beautiful sight. I wish this would focus. I'm going to take a picture. Okay. That, my dear folks, is a lima bean. Here's our Aunt Ruby's green tomatoes. They're starting to get a little bit softer. Ooh, I'm going to say in the next day or 2, that little fella's going to be done. He's a nice size. I'll put him in the palm of my hand so you can see. Look at that. Little zucchini that's about ready to get picked. Serranos are going strong. Look at them all in here. Very excited about those. Oh, look. This one is ready to be picked. It's starting to turn red. I'm going to go ahead and pick that one. I should have, well, it's not one of the biggest. So I want to save one of the biggest for seeds. I'm trying to be mindful of seed saving this year. Look at the size of this Anaheim. He's coming in the house with me. I don't think the other ones are quite ready. They're getting large, but not that large. My curly leaf parsley is starting to dry, which I'm excited about. I got this little small handful of chamomile. It still puts them out, so I'm leaving those plants in. They don't like it when it gets warm, so they're probably going to be history soon, which is sad. Yeah, of course, a lovely little handful of calendula. I didn't pick them yesterday because they were still really wet from my sprinkler. I have one more beautiful surprise for you. This is my volunteer sunflower. Look at that. It's so beautiful. It's small but mighty. Look at that. Just makes me so happy. And there's all kinds of blooms on this thing, probably 6 or 7. Well, that's all I have for you today. What a wonderful, wonderful harvest I got. Lots of new surprises coming on out here. firsts for me, like the Tabascos, they never even started blooming last year until it was time for the cold weather to come. So nothing ever happened. So that's exciting. The Oriental yard long bean, I got one, but by golly, I got one. That beautiful, beautiful rusty burgundy sunflower. That is gorgeous. What a pleasant surprise. Um, what else? My market beans, lots of tomatoes. I'm looking at my little basket here. I'm very, very excited. We got our second wave of potatoes planted, half of them. We have to wait for the other half to sprout. I'm just curious. I've never grown store-bought potatoes whole. So we're going to see which worked better. If you chop up each individual eye and let them chit, I believe is the correct term for that. When you let when you cut them, of course, you're breaking open the flesh. You have to let that flesh kind of harden, otherwise they will rot in the ground. So we did not cut or chit these potatoes. They're just store-bought potatoes. They're not even organic, which don't crucify me for that, please. But that's what I had. So it goes back to that old motto: use what you have, start where you are, or start where you are and use what you have. So that's what I had. I didn't have any seed potatoes. And by the time I order them and get them, it would be too late. So we got those planted. We dug up the other ones. We even used some of my compost. We'll see how good it is. What else? I think that's about it for today. Tomorrow's my town day, so I will not be able to get out here. It's supposed to be getting hotter, but Friday morning I want to get out here, and I need to desperately weed my elderberry bed. I'm going to tell on myself. Let me show you how terrible this is. Well, here it is. Look at all of this. The Binca minor, the mallow, and even blackberries are all growing up through where the cardboard isn't. Even some wild sweet peas over there. However, each elderberry has got green bits on it. So every single one of these elderberries survived. And that is thanks to my good friend Shay. Shay lives down in the valley. She has a little business called Shay's Gardens, and her gardens are, I mean, a Garden Channel worthy, Garden Channel magazine worthy. She does so many things, so many things. She bakes bread. She does her own kombucha. She has garden. I mean, just manicured. She's got blueberries, obviously elderberries. I went down there one day and I was going to buy some elderberry starts from her and a few other things. And she just gave me all this stuff. She would not take any money for it. I mean, she is just, you ever meet one of those persons or people that is truly a good and wonderful person from the inside out? That is very rare, and that is my friend Shay. So if you're watching, Shay, thank you. I love you. It's going to make me cry. I haven't seen her in forever. So anyways, that's all I have for you today. I hope the sun is shining where you are. I hope you're happy, healthy, safe. Thank you so much, as always, for watching my channel. We are up to, I don't even know, 772, something like that. I don't know. A lot. I'm very, very excited. My channel, for some reason, is really starting to grow quickly. So thanks to all of you. Keep commenting, sharing, giving me information. There's so many things that I don't know about, and a lot of these things out of my garden are first for me. So I appreciate all your input. It's amazing. Thank you for that. And God bless you all, and happy gardening. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.